You know, I hear a lot of people speaking about what it means to raise a movement and to become a movement. And to be honest, in the last several years, that's tended to mean that you would grow a group of churches and sit at the head of it. In recent years, since COVID and even to this very week that we're in, there is genuinely a sense of movements being birthed and born like wild horses or streams or rivers. These are prophetic words I keep hearing either from God or from friends, from people in the wider church. There really is a sense of God bringing movements, old movements, redeeming, restoring, refining them, even removing parts of them, but also giving birth to new movements, new families within the family of God. But here's the thing that will help us to really be part of the movement of God. It's to understand that God himself is a movement and that you are too. There's a moment in history where Nicodemus came to see Jesus in John chapter 3. He was a Pharisee and a senior Pharisee as well. And in the dead of night, he comes to seek out this man who might be Messiah. And as he speaks to him, Jesus says an amazing thing. He says about the wind, he says, you can't see the wind, you don't know where it's come from, and you don't know where it's going. And then he says, so it is with everyone born of the Spirit. When we're born of the Spirit of God, we enter a new way of life, which is to keep in step with the Spirit, which is to walk as Jesus walked, only doing what we see the Father doing. Jesus said in John chapter 5, again, in the hearing of so many people, he said, the Son can do nothing by himself, but only does what he sees the Father doing. And he talks about how the Son does everything that the Father does because the Father loves the Son and shows him everything he's doing. And he says, and he'll show you even greater things than these so that you'll be amazed. And in these days, we need to rediscover what it is to be a movement of our own, to wake up in the morning and say, Lord, I cast my crown before your feet. I give up my authority over my own life. I say, Lord, I want your will to be done. I'll go where you send me. I'll say what you want me to say. I'll do what you want me to do. And this is a life not born out of religious duty. We need the word to inform our steps and to be a light to our feet. But we need the Spirit of God to direct us and to blow us like the wind. It's not duty, it's not religion, it is intimacy. I was singing once with some friends again, we had some worship happening in a big setting actually, but I began to sing this song out of my spirit. I'm not going to move unless you move me. I'm not going to speak unless you tell me what to say. And after I'd sung it a few times just in prayer, I said to the Lord, that sounds so much like religion. It sounds like a lack of freedom, not freedom. And the Lord spoke to me and he said, no, this is intimacy. This is what it means to be one with me. Paul wrote to the church in Corinth, he said, whoever is united with the Lord is one with him in spirit. And so we don't know where we've come from truly. We don't know where we're going, but we keep in step with the Spirit. And as we love him enough to acknowledge him and to listen to him moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day, and as we love the people in front of us, the two greatest commandments, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul and strength, and love your neighbour as yourself. So as we go through our day with this triangulation process going on, we pray without ceasing, we practice his presence, we learn his voice, we fix our eyes on Jesus, who is always before us. We walk in the very throne room of God, pursuing intimacy with him. And then when people come, he shows us how to love them, when to listen, when to be silent, when to speak, when to encourage, when to console, when to correct. He will show us all these things. And as you begin to live as a movement with the Spirit of God, you will move others. You'll move their hearts towards God. You'll move their eyes and their line of sight towards God, and they will be saved. God bless you. Be a movement in yourself. And as you do, God will connect you and join you to the great movement of movements that is taking place across the earth right now, all for his glory and for the saving of many souls. He loves you very much. Bless you.